Have you guys ever had to use a pizza coupon for a shitty pizza place just because the girl on the coupon kind of looked like your dead ex-girlfriend that's with like no shitty tattoos and less track marks? I have. That's my fucking life. Let me tell you something. It did not help. Look, Eureka Pizza has like 29 awards, but none of those are going to bring Corinne back. Sorry, buddy. I'll see you when I'm down there. No, but I used to date this woman a couple years ago that had a 2-year-old daughter. And do I look like I can raise a kid? Do I look like I'm competent to raise a child? No, I don't. I fucking don't. If you said otherwise, I would say you have shit judgment and character. I have no paternal instincts whatsoever. The only thing I've thought about when it comes to raising a kid is what I'm going to do when I find my kid's drugs, which is, well, my kid's drugs. And the weird thing is, she named her daughter Layla after the Eric Clapton song. And I don't know how familiar you guys are with Eric Clapton, but he doesn't really have the best track record with young children. But that trend of naming kids after songs has always kind of worried me, because I worry that I'm going to start running into friends and like associates and close associates or close associates from high school, and they'll be like, oh, hey, this is my daughter, Pump Up the Jams. And this is my son, Smooth by Carlos Santana featuring Rob Thomas, Matchbox 20. That's right, you guys just learned some shit. Pump Up the Jams is a girl's name. Speaking more of kids' names, when I was a young man, back in elementary school, I went to school with this kid named Leo, and I've always hated that little fucker. I didn't know him too well, and nothing really stood out about him too much, but like, I never really was able to put my finger exactly why I disliked him so much until recently when I moved down here from Chicago, and I had to do some basic math on a calculator like a fucking moron, and I realized you could spell Leo on a calculator by just like putting in 3 numbers and turning it upside down. But you can't do that with Colin. And I want to better myself as a person. I don't want to hold on that resentment anymore. So I'm just going to go ahead and change my name to Bill Hellboots. And go back to parenting real quick. Like one thing that's always bothered me a lot is anybody here familiar with the concept of quote unquote helicopter parenting? Have you heard of this shit? Okay, a couple people have. It's when, if you're not familiar, it's when you apparently hover over your children, hence the name. And that always kind of pissed me off, because like, who the fuck are you to judge a helicopter parent? First of all, have you ever tried to raise a helicopter? It's fucking hard. You gotta go to classes for that shit. Secondly, it's fucking expensive. Also, have you ever tried to raise a human child as a helicopter? That's even harder. You're not gonna like be able to hold your kid with propellers. You're gonna end up with a pink mist, not a hugged child. Who here? There's a lot of people. There's a few people here from Oklahoma, right? Yeah, there we go. So I'm sure some of you may or may not be Toby Keith fans, right? Oh, good. Do you guys know the song Red Solo Cup by Toby Keith? Have you heard this shit? It is the dumbest song on the planet. It's essentially a love letter to the titular Red Solo Cup. And there's a line in the song verbatim, word for word, if you don't know what verbatim is, because I know some of you guys are from Oklahoma. And it is the Red Solo Cup is the best receptacle, and I don't believe that you have testicles if you prefer drinking from glass. Look, Toby Keith has more money now than everybody in this room will accumulatively have in their entire lives combined, and he refuses to drink from something that is more than a 1/4 millimeter of fucking red plastic. What the fuck is that shit? And he's getting like $15 million record deals with fucking Sony or whatever. What, the head of the CEO calls him into his fucking office and is like, yeah, come on in, Toby Keith. Here's an ungodly amount of money. Let me grab you my decanter of 120-year-old bourbon. He puts it in a little glass. What is Toby Keith gonna fucking do? Say, hey, no, what the fuck is this shit? I only drink out of plastic. Ooh, I turned silica into a clear object that I'm capable of putting liquids in. What kind of gay wizardry is this? But like I mentioned earlier, I moved here from Chicago back in June, and I'm really glad to be out of here because some of you guys might know Chicago has a very, very big gang problem. It's actually not per capita, but just in sheer amount. Murder capital of the U.S. Let's give it up for that, right? We're already at like fucking like over 100, and January's not even over yet. But Chicago has this very big gang problem. There's this large gang that permeates every corner of the city, and permeates means it's everywhere. It's kind of, goes through everything. And there's a lot of kidnappings, a lot of sexual assaults, murder, ooh, a lot of robberies, and it's weird moving down here and seeing that we have a branch of the same gang. We call them the police. But I am glad to get out of there. I had a lot of bad habits up there, one of which is selling drugs doesn't count as a job, and it's an expensive habit if you're a drug addict too. So I was only able to cover my own fucking habit. So my version of like, oh hey, you do me a solid and I'll buy you lunch was, oh hey, you do me a solid and I'll eat you out. And I actually got a lot of shit from my friends up there. They're like, what, Colin, does sex mean nothing to you? He's like, no, it means significantly less than it would to a normal person, but lunch means a lot. Actually, as a result of that bit, somebody has recognized me at work, and I sell sandwiches to drunk people at like fucking 3 in the morning. Somebody came in like a few months ago and recognized me from doing this and telling that bit and said, hey, aren't you that guy that eats pussy for lunch? Yes, I am. That's not a bad reputation to have. Shit, I ran into her like a week after that, and she ended up buying me a drink. So, like, I totally did. Now I fucking have to eat her out. So forget when I said I don't do that anymore. I still do that. Ladies. So. No, seriously, I have no self-esteem whatsoever. Thanks, Dad. Shit, fucking like 3 weeks ago, I hooked up with somebody that made me chicken nuggets fucking afterwards. It was post-coital chicken nuggets, and post-coital means after sex. And it's like, well, normally I don't fucking eat anything in nugget form or microwave, but fuck it, I've earned this shit. So I'm chewing gum right now because I have a pubic hair in my fucking teeth from probably 2 weeks ago. I don't know where it came from, but I don't think she fed me, but whatever, it counts, it's a solid object, right? That's food. But let's talk about some current events. You guys heard about any Trump fans here? Good. You guys want to hear my opinion on Donald Trump? Well, guess what? Fuck you, I don't do topical material. I'm going to talk about classic literature. Moby Dick is the greatest book ever written. If you haven't read it, you should. It's been out for like 150 fucking years. What are you doing? Sure, it's long. It's not that hard. I'm willing to bet that at least half the room reads more fucking words on their phone in a month on fucking like fluff BuzzFeed fucking pieces than there are in Moby Dick. Get over your fucking selves. But there's the way to make that book much more palatable is if you read Captain Aham's lines as Macho Man Randy Savage. But that, can you imagine Ahab's last lines? Spoiler alert, everybody dies. It's been out for 150 years. Go fucking read it. Sorry. Can you imagine this man's last lines as read by Macho Man Randy Savage? Oh, toward thee I roll, thou all-destroying but unconquering whale. To the left I grapple with thee. For hate's sake I spit at thee. From hell's heart I stab at thee. Curse thee, whale. Oh yeah. Anything that man says, I'm on board, shit. We could go up there in the middle of the fucking promo back in his prime and just be like, look, when I get in the ring at WrestleMania 27, I'm gonna bend my penis at a 90-degree angle, and I'm gonna fuck my own ass. I'm on board. I'm a straight white dude. I still wanna fucking see that. I'm sold. Shit, I don't even give a fuck about wrestling, but he's my favorite wrestler just because he's so stoked on everything. My second favorite wrestler is the Penultimate Warrior. I'll explain that. Penultimate, it means second to last. So he's, yeah. I'm already kind of riled up. Let me delve into this real quick. Another thing that's always kind of pissed me off, and I'm going to close with this, is a lot of people seem to think that women that have quote-unquote daddy issues are all quote-unquote sluts. First of all, that's fucking stupid. I think slut is a bullshit term used to perpetuate a bullshit double standard. Secondly, I will go down on any woman that validates me. I fucking hate my dad. But I love you guys. You guys have been fucking fantastic. Thank you so much. Happy birthday. Song alone, everybody.
Colin fucking Nelson, everybody.